Have you ever wondered why some barbers continue to get a steady stream of clients while others struggle to fill their appointment book? In this video, I'm going to cover all of the marketing tactics that I know, along with the ones that I think work the best. So first, I think we should start off by defining marketing. In simple terms, marketing is basically just letting people know about your stuff. And you can be the best barber in the world, but if nobody knows who you are or how to find you, then your skills are going to waste and you're probably not making as much money as you could be. So marketing is the first step in getting the word out, especially if you're newer to the industry or you just moved to a new area or a new barbershop. Marketing is key. So what are the different types of marketing that barbers can do? There's so many options. Well, let's go over some of the main ones. So I took this straight from Alex Hormozi's book, The $100 Million Leads, which is this book right here. So these are essentially all of the ways that you can market condensed into just 4 areas. And I'm going to break down what this means for us barbers. And if you notice, only one of the things on here requires actually spending money. So most of these you can do for free. So an example of a warm outreach that's one-to-one, this is basically reaching out to people who know you. So your friends, your family, your coworkers, letting them know who you are and what you do. This is the easiest place to start. Just letting people know if you have a social media following, anybody in your email contacts that you might have talked to in the past, your text messages, your phone contact list, you probably already know at least 1,000 people. That's probably one of the easiest places to start when letting people know about your stuff. Letting people who already know you know what you're doing, and you can also ask them, do they know anybody? So maybe they don't have a need for a barber or they're not in your area, but maybe they know somebody who does. So asking anybody who knows you already, hey, do you know somebody that needs a new barber, is a great place to start. And then another example of a one-to-one private is reaching out to people who don't know you via cold outreach. So this is basically, you can get a list, so you can buy lists online of emails, you can start cold emailing people, or what's probably easier to start with is you go on Instagram and you start DMing people that are in your area. So you can probably find a list of people that live in your city just by going on Instagram and searching for your city and then seeing all the people that tag that city as a location. Or you can find like a big local account that a lot of local people follow and just go down the follower list and look for your ideal clients and start DMing them. If you send, 10, 20, 50, 100 DMs a day, I can pretty much guarantee you at least you get at least a few new clients from that. And if you do that consistently, you will probably not have a hard time filling your schedule. So an example of something you can do that's free as well that a lot of barbers focus on is posting free content. This is a great way to get eyeballs and to get people to notice who you are. And if you're not doing this already, I highly recommend you do it because what I'll talk about later in the video, it just kind of amplifies everything else. And this is also free. And the beauty of this is that you can post one time and many people will see it. You don't have to do, unlike one-to-one where you have to send a new message to every single person, you can post one piece of content and in theory, you could reach the whole world. So this is one of the highest leverage things that you can do when it comes to marketing. It's free. It does take a little bit of skill, but if you master this, you can almost don't have to do anything else. Same with running paid ads. This is going to require a little bit of money and some practice. I've wasted a lot of money running paid ads. So make sure you do some research and probably get some help with doing this first before you just jump into it. Because I've seen a lot of barbers, and I have as well, just burn a lot of money on marketing because they don't really know what they're doing. And it's really, really easy to spend crazy amounts of money on marketing that's not even working if you don't know what you're doing. So I highly recommend working with an agency or buy a course or something, because even if a course is like $2,000 on how to run Facebook ads, I guarantee you you're going to waste more than that if you just try to jump into it without knowing anything. A lot of these things too, you have to keep in mind that you can either pay with time or money. So the one-to-one and the one-to-many strategies. The one that you should use really depends on what you have more of. So if you have more time, then you could just focus on doing the stuff that's free. And then as you get busier, maybe transition to like the paid stuff or pay somebody. You can pay somebody to do these things for you too. So, and then another thing I didn't cover as far as warm outreach is you can get your clients who are already coming to you to get you more new clients. It's one of the fastest, most effective ways to get new clients is referrals. So seeing these people already know who you are, they're regular clients, seeing if they know somebody that wants to come in that needs a new barber. Now, another thing that I've focused on that's not sure, maybe it would fall under free content is, Google reviews and things like that. So it is a form of marketing, I think, but it's more of a brand building and reputation play now that I think about it. All of these things work together, I think. So for example, if you post free content to your Instagram, your TikTok, your Facebook, or whatever, and then you start running paid ads or you start reaching out to people that don't know you, the first thing they're probably going to do before they even respond to your message or to your ad is they're probably going to go on Google or Yelp or Facebook or whatever they use to check you out first, because they're going to be like, who is this person DMing me, right? Or who is this ad that I keep seeing all over my social media? So I think it's really important to have your Google profile strong, your Yelp profile strong, have some good content, some nice photos and videos on your Instagram as a base, because once you start doing these things, that will just amplify your efforts. You can be successful with paid ads or cold outreach without having a portfolio or a good reputation, but it will probably be harder and it will probably be more expensive if you're running paid ads to get that conversion rate to where you need it to be, as opposed to if you already have that stuff as a foundation first. So it's kind of like, if somebody's researching a business, they are probably going to go on Google and Instagram and things like that before they even decide that they want to go there. It's the same thing when you're trying to get new clients, except you're reaching out to them in some form, and they're gonna check you out before they ever step foot in your door or before they even respond to your DM. So make sure that you want to have something for them to look at. Essentially, if you want to get the costs for your ads down, or if you want to have a higher response rate to your DMs or your content, have a good reputation on Google, Yelp. Make sure your Instagram, your social media is clean and that you have nice work presented and you're adding content that has value that people can actually use to make themselves or their hair better. If you do that, then you'll have more success with marketing. So what is the best way? I don't think there's an answer that I can give you. We've done all of these. Currently, we're focusing mainly on these two. So we're posting a lot of free content on our social media, and then we run paid ads. And then we make sure our Google profile is strong. So when people come across our paid ads and then they go to our free content and they consume it, and then they check us out on Google, it's like all these things are just stacking the deck in our favor. So like I said, you can be successful without doing all those other things, but you really want to stack the deck in your favor. And as far as what's the best way for you, I would say pick one. Don't try to do all of these at once. Unless you have a team that's helping you with these things, I would say pick one method, because you can fill your schedule using any one of these. And you don't have to do all four. So just pick one, master it. And then if you feel like you have excess capacity, then maybe try something else. But we started here, we kind of dabbled. We still do, we do all four of these, but we mainly focus on these two, right? With the main one probably being these. Because paid ads are really just in a way, they're almost like set it and forget it, because you set up the ad, and once you find a winner, you're gonna have to go through a few ads before you find one that's actually okay, this one's actually working. Then you just kind of maintain it and then maybe update it every now and then if the costs start to rise. But paid ads are probably the easiest thing to do, but it does require money. So if you don't have money, I wouldn't start there, because you could end up blowing a lot of money. So I would just start where you're at, pick one of these, master it, and then you can move on to something else, right? And you could always do more too, right? So if you're posting once a day, right, and you're finding that that's pretty easy, that doesn't necessarily mean you can jump to something else. Like, do 2 posts a day, do 3, I mean, do 6. So you don't necessarily have to like ever do any of the other 3. You can pick one. If you're doing 1 DM a day or 10 DMs a day, like step it up to 50, step it up to 100. You know, like you can get so much more out of this by simply just doing more. So I think it's important to remember everything we covered in this video. These are basically the 4 ways as barbers that you can fill your schedule. These are all the these are the high level marketing tactics. Pick the one that's best suited to where you are right now. If you don't have money, do the free stuff and do a lot of it. If you want to join a community of barbers that's looking to grow and make more money and get access to tutorials and training that is not public, join my mastermind. The link is in the description of this video, and I hope to see you there.